Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So again today I want to do another dragonfly, and I hadn't lined up this little guy to do, but I think I need to do the one in the center. That way my hand is not brushing over these guys as I work. So I think I probably even should have done him right at the very beginning, you know, work from the center out, but anyway I didn't. So what are we feeling like today? I think I mentioned in the last video I felt like turquoise. I wish I had some wide ribbon. Like the ribbon that is wide in here is a funny colour, or another pink. Do we do? I might be tempted to actually do pink, you know, because the reason is if the ribbon is in the center, I won't be touching it. I'll be around the perimeter. So if I'm going to do it, this might be the one to do. Now, let's see if this needle will do the trick. And have I got enough to pull it off? Oh, so many questions. So how are you all? I am good. Nothing too exciting happening here. I'll do a little knot. No, I'll do a soft knot. I don't know the history of this ribbon. I don't know if it's good ribbon, cheap ribbon, if it's going to enjoy being pulled through. So there's a bit of damage there. These are like scrappy bits that came out of a pack from Purveyor of Textiles. I'm thinking along the lines, now that I look at this, we'll do the top, and I won't waste any behind. Last time when I did the ribbon, I went across to come back in, and I did that because I wanted to go through. Sorry guys, I'm just thinking, if I'm going to save ribbon, I need to just pull it straight through and let that be the peak. Okay. And then I can sneak back up here because I haven't done any fancy little end. So this orange one, I went back through the ribbon to pin it down, which then made me travel here to get that same out from the center of his body. That's what I'm trying to say. Use your big words, Corrine. But to save ribbon, I want to jump down to here. So we have to do this. I wonder, can we do something fancy on top of the ribbon this time? Maybe some more ribbon. Don't know. I haven't looked at Pinterest this time because it was like getting overwhelming. There were so many examples of dragonflies that it was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to stitch? And I thought, no, I think I've got the mechanics of a dragonfly down pat now. And so I think I can be a little brave and we just go for it. But I did have a turquoise dragonfly in mind, but no, we're doing pink. We're going to do a pretty pink one. A real girly one. So that's worked. I probably should have got rid of my lines because that would have been smart. I've got tangled ribbon underneath, so I'm just flicking that needle around to straighten my thread. So now that I've had the thought of getting rid of the lines, let's do it. I can get in there reasonably easily. Don't burn your fingers, girl. Okay. Give it a quick little pass of the heat. There we go. Beautiful. Isn't he pretty? Now where are we? We're down this end. So we've just got to find a point of which to come up. Get our ribbon sitting as nice as we can. Not coming through any ribbon that can cause friction. Get that ribbon down. Beautiful. And I have a bit left. So do we save it for a rainy day or do we do something else? I think we save it for a rainy day, guys. So let's stitch down our, like I'd be pretty confident I could get another little dragonfly if I wanted out of that little morsel. So let's grab a needle and thread. And I just want to secure the ends with a couple little stitches. It's probably not the right way to do it, but I don't care. It works for me. Haven't caught it. No. Okay. Just a little stitch. There'll be more stitches come along very quickly as we do the rest of the body and, you know, head. So this is just to tack it down to allow me to cut off that excess. And that to me would be something one day. It's like a treasure, isn't it? You just can't let it go. Little morsel. You never know, it could be a little pink flower in exactly the right spot on a rainy day. Okay. Now, that's handy for when we do beading. So we'll keep that threaded. And we'll put a knot in it. Gee, we're organised today. That won't stay like that, let me tell you. Okay. Let's have a look at our little wings. Now I could do a second ribbon over the top of them, is my thought. Like a little sub wing over it. What would that look like? Would that be cool? And maybe in a pale pink. Maybe in a lavender or a white. See what I mean? We do a second. That's not enough. This ribbon is too similar. There's an ivory. Sort of looking for something really fine. There's a grey. It would send us down a whole different colour combination again. No, in my mind I've got ivory, like a creamy tone. But maybe I don't own. Here we go. What's this? That's too yellow. That's like a buttery colour. You can't see me rummaging. And I know we all like to see everyone rummage, don't we? You've got to have your rummaging in full camera view because we all love it. That's too wide. All right, let's upend it. Look at that. Oh, what a mess. I used to fear that because, you know, it's a mess. But then after the Fleur Woods course, and I saw her threads in a huge, that's a possibility, in a huge pile, I thought, well, why am I spending hours organising myself. Too similar. Oh, hello. No, too wide. So I sort of let go a little bit. The thing is to be gentle, but you don't want to be rummaging and, oh, gosh, they're so beautiful. And even Jennifer Clouston is like, see, that's the one that I spotted, but it's a bit of a dirty, that's the one I want, and I have none. What's this? Hello. Too wide. Oh, gosh. Maybe I will need to sort them out. Am I hoping with this? See, all of the creative folk that are real experts, they don't spend time on all of these types of things, and maybe that's when you know you've, oh, that's oh, I don't mind that. That must be when you've gone into the, you're an artist realm. You don't have time to be sorting out threads and keeping yourself commercially viable, because that's the trick to it. You've got to be commercially viable if you're going to be doing this as a full-time gig. And I'd say getting your threads perfect. Oh, look at that. Oh, is that where that green come from? Gee, that's random. It's when you buy these little packs from sellers, and they're second-hand ribbons. Oh, hello. I bet you're all going, Corrine, it's there. It's at the top. Oh, my goodness. Does that hurt my soul, doing that? Fleur wouldn't be worried. Jennifer wouldn't be worried. She'd just see that as a container of beautiful yumminess. Oh, my goodness. All right. I don't think we want that. So what I'm thinking is this one. Must be this one. Oh, close enough. And we do another stitch on top of those. Let's give it a go. So we need a needle suitable. That one there, nice sharp point, because we're piercing through ribbons, so we don't really want to go in with a blunt instrument. We'll have all sorts of trouble. Gosh, I hope I don't ladder the ribbon. If that happens, you'll never see this video, and you'll never know that I put some pink ribbon there, and then I came across some white ribbon and pierced the pink ribbon, and it sent a ladder straight up the drum roll. Do we go long or short? Medium. This will help pin it down too a little bit. And we're doing the whole, because we've got plenty of ribbon, we're doing the little curl back on itself. Very pretty. And then we come back up down here. So far so good. A little bit longer for that one. And then we're going to manipulate that a little. There we go. I love it. Very nice. And it hasn't distorted the ribbon at all, so that's a good thing. So what are we going to put through the center? Nice and long. Let's just get that over that one. And then this one. Spin it around so I can see to the other side. That's a bit shorter. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Happy. Okay, that worked. That worked. We've just got these little, we could probably even do another stitch over that, but you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. What do we do in the center? Do we, I'm thinking we French knot or colonial knot the center to get a little bit of height, I'm thinking, because the wings are quite voluptuous. So I just spotted a little flower on my desk. Oops. No, the colour was wrong for a start, but it sort of sent me off on a thinking about braids and things. Let's have a look in my box of tricks here for a variegated pink. You can hear Pepper walking around. She's snuck in again. Haven't you, Pepper? See, that's very lolly. Let's be bold. No. I think this little one is very soft. That'd be pretty. That's a bit too lolly. Do we think about another colour, maybe? Do we bring lavender in? That did pop into my mind. Nope. I think we need to stay in the pink realm. Nope. It's a bit of a dirty pink. Oh, there's a little flower attached there. See, maybe we do something lacy. That'd be different. All right, forget about that. Let's just have a little wander through. Let's have a wander through the lace bucket. I don't know if it'll lead anywhere, but it overfloweth with goodies. Now, let me just bring that over a bit so you can see me have a rummage. No, don't know what I was thinking there. That little flower that fell out there is part of that. What if, here we go. What if we took out a flower? See, even that looks like the end of his tail, doesn't it? It's a bit big. Maybe we do a lacy one. That'd be a bit different. See, I didn't look in Pinterest, so that keeps me focused on the task, but now we're heading off into the Corrine world. Oh, I like that. Then what do we do? A series of little flowers. Oh, gosh. Layered little flowers across the dragonfly's back. Yes. So now we're doing a bit of collaging, not just embroidery. Okay. How are we going for time? Feels like time just flies when we get together. I'm thinking we do that and we lift that flower so it comes up the back. Oh, I love it. Okay. Let's iron the dark lines away. I think we can work it out from this point without guidance. Okay, so we're going to use massive scissors to trim off all these little bits because my fussy cut scissors are sitting by the couch in another room because I didn't think I'd need them. There's a little loop there joining those petals. Can you see it? But it's not on the other side. I might put that to the back of the neck. Okay, pin. Like that. Then these little guys follow in behind. Pin. And then this little guy. So what are we going to do for a tail? Pin. No, we might just stitch him. I think we've made a decision. We're advancing. Oh, there we go. Just lost him. That's okay. Let's get our thread anchored. Take them out. They're just going to be a bothersome. Gosh, goodness me. So now you're out there correcting my English pronunciation of words. Good luck with that. Okay, we've anchored that down. So let's get our little flower. So it's quite a densely embroidered little motif. So I need a really sharp, thin needle to pierce it. Or you look at your little lacy bit and you pick a spot where they've sort of thinned itself out a little bit. Like you can see the edge of this little guy is quite heavily stitched by the machine in the factory, but in the center of those petals, it gets a little bit thinner. So you can sort of sneak your needle in there, but don't try and force through some heavily stitched because you'll probably find the needle will shoot back up into your skin. So just keep that in mind, that it can be a little dangerous. Okay, here's the next one. Got the right way. Yeah, so you can see the edge of the lace, and in the center of that flower is where I'll be aiming to put my needle. That way I'm not going to be piercing my skin. That was a really cack-handed way of stitching that down. That works better. But look, the trick is to have a sharp needle in so many areas of embroidery, because you can just slither through the fabric with minimal friction. Especially if you're doing like a lot of running stitch or something. Get yourself a good sharp needle because it's all pressure on your joints. If you feel like there's a resistance there, it could be the fabric, but it's most likely your needle. So I'm just going to... Needles get blunt too. Somewhere I've heard on one of the YouTube girls that they change their needle after so many hours of stitching because it does get blunt. I thought, oh my goodness, some of these needles I've been using since I was 15. So you imagine what they're like. Hopefully I've lined all that up correctly. Yep. That's good. That feels like the flower is actually handling the size of those wings. I won't stitch the whole petaled edges of that little guy down because I think I want it standing up a little bit. Well, the last thing I thought I'd be doing is a lace body on a dragonfly, but I like it a lot. This is a great way of trying different things because let's say we do a project and this little guy appears in a future project. Well, we could emulate what we've done here for the project. So it's nearly a sampler, if you will. I think that's stitched well enough. So what about his head? What are we going to do? I'm thinking along the lines of an actual big bead. What have we got here? We've got a no, I rejected that because I sort of felt like it was a dirty colour. So there's some brighter beads there. I sort of feel like it needs to be, I don't know, use your big words, girl. No, wrong colour. Like there's pink and there's pink. Maybe something in there. These are big cheap beads that I buy. $2 shop beads. Needs to be smaller. Colour is great. Size not so good. Hello, what have we got here? Oh, look at the crystally one. See, in my mind, before I started looking, I had in mind doing something crystally. I'm sure I've got more pink beads. Let's have a look at this guy. I think that's it. Can I zoom you in, see what you're seeing? See that? Oh, that's the one. Oh, what if we do seed beads down the tail? A definite consideration. I don't use seed beads very often. I don't know why. Too many beads. Let's put that in as the little head. And we'll tuck it back underneath that. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Seriously. Must be something in flour. Like I'm blaming all sorts of things, but I don't. Hang on, I'm going to pause it. I'm back. I've been blaming all sorts of things for it. It's like an acute reaction that suddenly comes on. That time I was in the beads. Is there a chemical smell that's triggering it? Could be. I'm trying to tuck the stitching down of that underneath the flower. Like if I'd forethought this a little better, I would have put the bead on first. But that just doesn't happen, does it? There we go. So this little guy, will he get eyes? Maybe. We could do itty bitty pearl bead either side for eyes like this. Might not see him. Yep, done, sold. I don't care that you can't really see them. They just look beautiful. Tiny little pearl beads. And like I said, this might suit a certain project. It might not. You might then make more similar to that because it does work for a project. Now I've got to rethread my needles. Sorry, guys. Goodness me. What if we do seed beads with a... Oh, I'm going to sneeze again. Goodness me. Back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Oh, goodness me. What was I saying? What if we do seed beads, these little guys, between the gosh, concentrating here. Let me just stitch this down and then I'll start thinking about the tail, because I'm like not concentrating here. I did a stitch to try and anchor that thread and it just pulled straight through. So I just want to get that little eye stitched down. Aren't you a pretty, pretty little thing? Okay, we've got a shabby chic dragonfly this time. Yes, so we've got seed beads. I know I've got more if the colour isn't right for that random container of them. Let's get some more thread. Our tails on these little dragonflies are segmented. So what I'm trying to say is seed bead plus seed bead, different shapes, alternating down the tail. I think we get rid of our line while we can. I think we know what the tail looks like. So we do a bead. I just don't want to knock anything over. Maybe I just put a couple. No. Where's my container? I probably only need like 5, if that. Put them away, because if I knock that, that is going to be 20 minutes of my life I'll never get back, as I have to sit there and pick up those beads. I think we will do one of those. Is it big enough? And then one of these. See, there's another bead there. I could. Gosh, they're massive. Oh, there's a smaller bead in there. Look. That little guy. I don't know. Oh, decisions. Oh, they're big, aren't they? Oh, you can't even see, for goodness sake. So I've put the little eye one is there, but I'm thinking it's too small. I could be a little bit braver. Actually, we might leave him there, because I notice in here is a little bit bigger bead. So that's sort of building a little point of which the tail would connect to. That is too big. But in here is some little ones. Question is, will we have enough before we go soldering on? Yeah, I think we will. I guess we'll thread up a few options, hey? Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Then we've got, I'm thinking one of those. One of those. So we've got like a pattern. Yes. One of those. I'm getting ahead of myself a bit, because we really should be stitching through them all. But we don't have to. We can, you know, buck the system a bit. So there's even little pink ones in there. that's a different colour to that. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Oh. All right, upend them so you can see what we're dealing with. Yeah, there's a, look at that. There's an off-white version. And it must have been on a pink cord because I can actually see dye has come off of a pink cord or string and has stained it. And it actually looks really cute because it's look at that. Aren't you a little cutie? I think one more is about all we've got too. Looking at my little tray of goodies here. There's a crystal bead. Could have done with that a little bit ago. Oh, we could bead the top of it. Oh gosh, I've only got one. Stop it. Okay, so if that's the end of his tail, which I think is pretty good, we might just stitch that down and start working our way through that string of beads. Let's get our downward stitch. Move everything out of the way. Come back up. Run our needle through them all, and I'm not even on camera. All right, it's a bit of a hot mess today, isn't it? It's because I'm holding my breath with these beads. Oh my goodness. So I've come back up through two of them at the end. So now I'm going to come back up. Am I on camera? No, zoom back out. That's half the problem. When we zoom in, our field of which we can work is reduced so much that suddenly we've got trouble. So I'm just working my way back up the tail, popping in a few little overcast stitches just to help anchor it in a straight line before I start really enforcing down those beads with internal thread. Happy with that. And then you're going to let me go through you. Yep. Just take your time. Beading's fun, but it is very time consuming. But it's just worth it to bring a little bit of shimmer into your work. I love it. So I'm just working my way back and forth through all these beads. Catch the previous one. It'll just help anchor it all down. And when you feel like they're nice and secure, you're done. You don't want them rolling too much. You don't want things catching on them. So it's a bit of a technique to get it down. Do another little overcast stitch there to help with my line. And then we'll come up one last time and we'll shoot through all of those just to put another line of stitch through them and out the end and then down. Okay, so now we need to have a think about his little tail at the very end, don't we? Let me knock that off. Nice and secure. Okay. All right. I managed to do that without spilling copious amounts of beads anywhere. So let's get those back into the pot. Okay. So the tail, what can we do for the tail? I'm thinking just a stitch. Just a little stitch. Oh, goodness me. I just threw scissors across the room because my hand caught it. I'm thinking this wool will make an interesting little tail. It's subtle, too subtle. Nope, don't like it. We sort of want to tone into that, don't we? Maybe it's this lolly looking one here. It's a fresh colour. This one. Yeah, that'll do. I can't believe I just flung scissors across the table. Lucky you lot aren't sitting. I shouldn't laugh. It's blooming dangerous. If you lot were sitting at the end of my table, you'd have to be dodging and weaving because there's scissors coming at you. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. It's not even funny. I just caught the long handle there and it flipped in the air. Oh my goodness, I could have taken an eye out. Who says that crafting is not dangerous? But it would be if you're sitting at the end of my craft table, guys. Best you stay where you all are at a nice safe distance so that you don't cop a bloomin' pair of scissors in the mush. All right, let's do, I'm thinking we be brave and do some bullion knot. I sort of feel like it needs to be reasonably chunky due to the fact that we've got a bit of a thick body on our little guy. Oh my gosh, I feel so cack-handed. I'm still traumatised by the scissors that I flicked across the table at you all. Okay, that's good. Get hold of it. Oh. Support that twist, pull it through, pull it back. And there we go. Tiny little tip for a tiny little tail. Careful not to pierce the thread. This one feels a little bit better position for me. That was a bit cack-handed, that last one. Pull it through, supporting the twist. If you want a lesson on bullion knots, don't watch me. There's plenty of tutorials out there. Just put into the search tutorial bullion knot, and someone will have a hoop and they will hold everything in the right way. They will give you the right words that tell you what you're doing, and you won't see gold-handled scissors go flying across the screen. Oh my goodness. I might need to put a rating 15 plus and over due to implements flying across the screen on this video. Oh my goodness me. All right, I think we made it. We made it to the end. We have a little dragonfly who's very different to all of his mates, which is fantastic because that's what we want. I really need to play with those again, that stitch. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. We'll quit while we're ahead. It's been a rough ride, this one. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, have a lovely day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.